Welcome to Peak Radar Live. I'm Angela Seals, and today Peak Radar Live is going to the wolves. Well, rather to the Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center in Divide, Colorado. With me here is Erika Moore, who's the Animal Caretaker Supervisor. Hi, Erika. Welcome to Peak Radar Live.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, the Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center is such a gem among the treasures that we have here in the Pikes Peak region. Would you just tell us real quickly the direct mission of Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center, which is in Teller County on the far side of Pikes Peak?
Yeah, so our mission is to raise awareness about wolves, educate people about the fight that they face in the wild, and also allow people the opportunity to see one up close and personal and become advocates for these animals.
That's fantastic. And we're going to show right now some B-roll of some of the wolves playing there at the center. What a beautiful setting. Tell us a little bit about what it's like there for when people come visit or for the wolves who you protect there in that place.
Yeah, so we're nestled up in the mountains, so it's that good Rocky Mountain habitat, which is excellent for our animals here, provides them all the natural habitat that they would have if they were living in the wild. And since our animals can never be released into the wild, we try and provide them with as much of a fulfilled life in captivity as we can. And so when people come out to visit our wolves, you are up in the mountains, outdoors, very much in nature. And so you feel more like you're in the wolf's habitat than them being in your habitat.
That is amazing. What a neat opportunity to be so up close with creatures like that. And as I was preparing for this neat interview and getting to know you, Erika, and the center better, I was so impressed that the sanctuary has been accredited by the American Zoos and Aquariums. Talk to us a little bit about what level that means you guys are at in terms of your education and your preservation.
Yeah, so a big part of being certified through the AZA is animal care standards. So if you go to a facility that is certified or by the AZA, then you know that they are caring for their animals in the best possible manner. And so this comes down to what we feed our animals, enrichment, which is things like toys or helps keep their mind active. It also goes along with our education programs, which is a big part of what we do here, and raising awareness, and then also working with wolves.
Fantastic. Well, you mentioned education and you've mentioned tours. So there are special events that happen up there at Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center. And we have all of the details on peakradar.com about upcoming events, including March Wolf Madness and your event on April 17th. Tell us what it's like there on a special day. What can people look forward to if they come for a special event?
Yeah, so most of our special events are a 2-hour event, and we started off maybe with a Q&A session or breaking down some of the biggest myths that people hear or have grown up hearing about wolves. And sometimes we'll do a raffle. Sometimes we may do a meet and greet with one of our ambassador animals. Depends on whether or not they want to participate that day, but we do have some animals that are able to walk on a leash and come out, maybe take some treats, and people can see them up close and personal. And then depending on the event, we'll have some sort of geared activity towards that event. So our March Wolf Madness will have a raffle and a couple other events for that. In our April was our Earth Day event. So we'll have things geared towards how to be more earth friendly.
Well, it seems like the perfect place to celebrate Earth Day with that special event on April 17th. Because when you look at this gorgeous setting and these just incredible animals, I think it really does inspire us all to feel more connected to nature. What do you hope people take away from experiences at the Wolf and Wildlife Center?
Our biggest goal is to show people that wolves are not big, bad, and scary. And that's something that a lot of people have grown up on, whether it be in stories or movies or even religions or mythology. And so we try and teach people
Huh.
that a lot of those things that you've heard of are not actually true. And these animals are just as important as a lot of other animals, and that we can actually live alongside with them.
Yeah, and I know that you've been encouraging us in Colorado to live better alongside wolves with some of the advocacy that the Wolf and Wildlife Center has been doing. How can people, if they want to support you in the reintroduction of wolves here in Colorado or in your work, how can they support you?
Yeah, so the number one best way to help support us is to spread the word. So if you have come out and taken a tour and you've learned that information, or if you have not, come take a tour and then share with everyone you know all of this information about wolves, about how to coexist with them. We also have a fund on our website, the Wolf Coexistence Fund, to help once wolves are reintroduced in Colorado for things like radio collars or management techniques. Another thing is to follow us on all our social media pages, Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and we will post things on there as the timeline moves along, whether it be writing to your local commissioners or your senator, or different petitions or things like that.
Well, thank you so much for what you do there at the Wolf and Wildlife Center. And thank you for being one of the really special groups that posts on peakradar.com. We just love when we see your events come through. It's such a neat thing for tourists to the Pikes Peak region, but also for locals to really appreciate the quality of what you're doing there in Divide. Thank you for that important work. And we invite all of you to meet Erika and her co-workers there at the Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center on March 20th for March Wolf Madness, or on April 17th to celebrate Earth Day with the Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center. You'll find all of the events about those, all of the details about those events at peakradar.com.